Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another video. It's a very, special video today. So I've had so many people, who have asked me how I make my videos, like asking for like a behind the scenes look at my videos, things like that. And I've had the idea for a long time to make a behind the scenes, video on how it is that I make my videos. So kind of like an inside, kind of like behind the scenes look at the editing that goes into it and all that sort of thing, which is what I wanted to do in this video here today. First and foremost, I want to thank Movavi for sponsoring this video. Really like a lot of it, I'd say like 20% of making videos is just talent and, just making the video. But really like 80% of it's just editing. So you want to have good editing software, to do that with, which is what I wanted to show you today. There's of course there's Final Cut, Sony Vegas, After Effects, the Adobe stuff, just iMovie. There's so many different things to use to edit videos, and I used to always think, that I had to go get like the most expensive, fanciest software. And really for the videos I make, at least, and for like most people that make videos, you really don't. You just kind of need like a basic editing thing. So like I know like Final Cut, I think it's like $300. New, and it's just, you don't need to pay for that, which is one of the things that I've learned. And so this Movavi software, which we can go ahead and fire up here, go ahead and open it. This is on Mac, by the way, but it's available for both PC and Windows. Much less expensive than Final Cuts, and we'll get to that in a minute. But it's a great editing software you can use. It's not, like for instance, like I remember like the old Final Cut that they used to make was like $1,000, and nobody uses all the advanced. You're never going to get to use all that stuff. But for my videos, at least, like the way I do things, this is perfect for me to use, because it's not, like I cut, I add footage, I add sound, I add titles, things like that most people would use. And so what I wanted to do is just kind of take you through using the software and how I make my videos, how I edit them. The video I'm going to edit here is kind of like the one everybody would be interested in seeing, like the more complicated ones. So this is the GTA, like World War II video that I made. Which I have here on the desktop. So what we're going to do, first and foremost here, is we'll drag this into the timeline. So pretty much every editing software is going to have the same thing. You'll have a timeline, and then, for your video, and then your audio is down below, as you can see here on the left. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drag in the audio. Now, for most people, like the audio for me, the video has its own audio, but this audio track's actually the commentary. For most people, like most software that you're going to use, like most ways of recording videos, it's going to all be integrated in one clip, whether you're using shadow play or game capture or whatever it is. So most of the time you don't have to worry about that. The reason I do it separately is because the quality of commentary I found to be a lot higher if you use separate editing software, or separate recording software like an Audacity or something like that to record your audio, than just having it all be the same thing. So like if you have game capture software, it's taking the input from the HDMI, it's taking the input from the mic, and just on the fly kind of slapping it all together. And it's a lot higher quality commentary, I've found, when you do it separately and then add it later. The next thing what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to change the frame rate, which we can do using this to 60 frames a second. So 60 frames a second, you're going to have much smoother video than if it was only 30 frames a second, which is how you enable that. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in. We're going to go down here. And then what I need to do, and like I said, like most people probably don't have to do this, but I do just because of the way I record my videos, I need to sync up the commentary with the video. So, like if you think about like in movies where they go action and they slap the thing, I think it's called like a clapboard or whatever that is, clapboard, something like that. The reason why they do that is because on the audio where you hear the clap, and then in the video where you hear the clap, like that's how they know how to sync up the sound with the video. Which is kind of the same thing that I do, except the way I do it is I go in the menu in GTA and just move it and then just yell something, and then that's how I know, which is pretty kind of like a rudimentary way to do it. But that's how I know where my commentary matches up with my video. So then basically to find that, I'm just going to go ahead and zoom it in. So you can zoom in here and see like a higher level of detail by using the scale button at the bottom left. I can see here right where that little waveform is in the audio that's where that is. And I just need to find in the video where I do that, which is probably going to be like right in here from the looks of it. Let me just skim through here. So then on the right here, you can see a preview of where the playhead, which is this red line here, is at. And really the thing is, you can see my videos are like not as complicated as you might think, like in terms of the editing. But we're going to go through this. It's probably out here a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're going to hit the menu. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to bring this out to here, and then that's how I know when this is synced up with this. That's how I know my commentary is going to sync with my video. And then like this video here, so you can see how this right down here says it's 35 minutes long, or thereabouts. But it's, what happens is I think this video ended up being like 20 minutes or something like that. So 15 minutes of it on average is like kind of junk footage. So like this is like just me setting things up or whatever using the trainer in the game. So that you can see how important the editing is, because most of this stuff that's not the good footage ends up getting cut out. And so speaking of cutting things out, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the video, because you can see like this whole first part here where there's no commentary is just kind of junk. We'll click on the video and they'll come over to the scissors tool. We'll click on that. That'll cut this. We'll click on this video, hit delete, and now that's gone. And now we just have the good footage. And then what we'll do here is I have to add my intro to the video, which we can do by just simply dragging and dropping that into there. And at this point, what I would do is I would go through the video and really the way I do things, like I can see how right here, if you zoom in, I don't think it's going to let me zoom in while I'm recording, but I could zoom the screen in. If you look closer, you can see how there's like audio waveforms where the cursor is. So there's like sound there, which means there's things going on. And here, there's nothing. So what that tells me is that there's like, I'm either setting something up or there's no action there. So I know to edit that out. So I don't actually have to, because one of the benefits of the software is that when you have those waveforms, you don't have to like watch the whole video and edit things out. Like I can just see looking at this waveform, okay, there's sound here, but there's no sound in here, which means nothing's going on, which means I can just cut this out. So I would do the same things before, position the playhead there, click the video, hit the scissor tool, and just cut that stuff out, and that's how I can end my video. Now, nobody wants to watch me sit here and edit a video for 30 minutes, but you get the idea. I would just go through and kind of cut out everything using the scissor tool, like what's the good footage and what is not, and that's how I would make my video. So then the next thing you can do, the big benefit of the software, you can export straight to YouTube. So like with other software, you export a file and then you have to take the file and upload it to YouTube. And the biggest problem with that is, speaking as somebody that's done that for a long time, you can't just walk away, right? You have to sit there and wait for it to export the video and then upload it. So you have to wait for that first, kind of render to happen. With this, it's all one step. So what you do is you go up here, you go to export, and then upload to YouTube. And it's going to take this project, and it's going to send it straight to YouTube. Now, what you can do, and I'm not going to sign in, like show people my password and stuff like that, but you get the idea. You just click that to sign into YouTube. You go in here, put your title in, your tags, your description, all that stuff, category, resolution. It goes up to 4K, as you can see. And uploads straight to YouTube. So you don't have to sit here and wait for it to export a file and upload the file, all that crap. You don't have to do. It tells you approximately what the file size is going to be, all that good stuff, and it will do it straight away for you, which is pretty cool. And you can do all that without the paying $300 for other software that's more expensive, like Final Cut, or they get even more expensive than that. Which I think this would work great for most people. Also, the thing about it is, speaking of price, you can even get, it's much less expensive than Final Cut. But if that's still too steep for you, I'm going to give you another 30%. Well, I'm not. The company that makes it is. What you can do in order to get an additional 30% off of the software, you have to buy it through the link that's in the description. If you just go to their website, you're not going to get the 30% off. You have to use the discount that's in the description. Again, I repeat, you can't get the description other places. Can't get the description. You can't get the discount other places. You have to get the discount from the description down below. Go there. Grab the software. It's good for you. Really, any kind of like entry-level use, like if you're a daily vlogger, if like I got a friend that does vlogs and they do pretty much the same thing as me. Just put the footage in, edit out the things. You can come over here. You have enhancements, filters, things like that, titles, put your text, all that good stuff. It's all in here for you to use. Like for instance, I click on this, you can see this little animation that's going to come in. That would just simply edit the text, things like that. It's got a chroma key tool, a lot of formats for different devices, good for beginners, easy to use, nice, clear, intuitive interface, not like crazy, stuff going on in here that nobody understands. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to use, and pretty awesome at that. So again, I want to thank Movavi for sponsoring this video. I hope I didn't disappoint anybody. I know people, might think like there's some kind of like dark arts going on behind the scenes of my videos. It's really it's really that simple. I just kind of make the video, edit out the crap, and then upload it, and I'm good to go. And that is how I do it. But other than that, until next time, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.